I'm gonna be spending 100 days in the Pokemon world with the goal of beating the Gym Challenge. That means facing off against wild trainers, taking on all 8 gym leaders, and finally challenging the champion. If you want to see more videos like this showing community mods that you can play as well, make sure to subscribe. For this brand new journey, I want to use a starter Pokemon that I haven't used before, and I think Squirtle is going to be my guy. And the only reason I decided to go with him is because in battle, he has such a sick animation where he jumps into his shell and launches himself into the opponent. And not only that, but he can also sit on my shoulder, which is always so cute and adorable, and we are going to be the best of buddies. In some time, we found the first Pokemon trainer of this 100 days, and it was none other than, Lass Robin. You ain't no lass, son. I can tell you that much. He sent out a level 14 Flaffy, which is just way above my pay grades, so I made a run for it. What I completely forgot to do was nickname my Pokemon. I mean, it took me all day, which is kinda embarrassing, but we got Razzmatazz. The first day was off to a really good start with me finding Pokemon like Arcanine and Gibble, which are so cool, but the best part about it was that I couldn't catch them because they don't got no goddamn Pokeballs, man. I started finding more trainers, but it became apparent to me that they all looked the same, which was a problem. So I added a texture pack which added over 100 different skins for all the NPCs, which was refreshing. Although that didn't change the fact that they were all too strong for me. I mean, even youngster Joey. So I realized that I needed to catch more Pokemon to even stand a chance, so I put all my focus on harvesting apricorns whenever I could, which is a really important step to crafting the best types of Pokeballs. On day 3, I discovered this crumbled down ruin which holds a lot of treasure, but the one thing that caught my eye was Gimmighoul! Oh my god, this is something that I've been waiting for, but it might be a chest. Yes, it's an actual Pokemon! If you guys don't know, Gimmighoul is the 999th Pokemon in the Pokédex, and so in order to evolve it, you need to give it 999 coins. Some of their roaming forms carry coins around, which, by the way, are so overdramatic. But on the other hand, Honedge is an amazing Pokemon, and it's literally a shanking tool, so I caught that thing ASAP and called it Stabby. It kinda worked out cause you need a Dust Stone to evolve it into Aegislash, and I just happened to find one on my way here. Now coming back to the ruin, I got some items like a tumbled stone, a twisted spoon, and relic coins, but during that time, I got sidetracked because I saw a Froakie on the map, and it is one of my favorite Pokemon ever, so I couldn't just let it get away. It was an underwater battle for the ages, and 5 Pokeballs later, I made a new friend. Cause you know what? He's a friend. He's literally a friend. Day 4 was basically me just exploring to find a spot for my home base and training up Honedge. Cobblemon just has this way of spicing up the looks of Pokemon that are just so bad. Like, I can't believe that I'm in a situation where I'm even considering to catch a frickin' Hoot of all things. After finding some new biomes in the area, I went ahead to a roofed forest to catch myself a grass type, and who better than Shroomish? Hey. It might not look that intimidating, but he gets a move called Spore, which puts my opponents to sleep, which I really need at this point to beat trainers and to catch more Pokemon. Day 6 was gonna be my moment to shine. Not only do I have 5 Pokemon, but I also found the perfect victim, Bugcatcher Sammy. Wait, what? Oh, he sent out a Pokemon that's not in the game. So basically he sent out Grubbin, which doesn't even have a model yet, and this happens for other Pokemon as well, so a substitute doll takes their place. But in order to fix this issue, I used a resource pack to add in sprites for the Pokemon. I mean, it's better than a substitute doll, so I'll take it. Is abuse in the Pokemon world abuse? I decided to set up my base in a flat plain surrounded by a savanna, and it couldn't have gotten any better as there was a Gimmighoul tower right next to us. So I started clearing the area and placed whatever I needed before I headed to the tower. I mean, it was pretty small, but I found some pouches and Gimmighouls that dropped a few coins, and by the time I fed them to Gouda, he was 8% full. I remember seeing somewhere that you can dye Wooloo different colors, just like sheep, and it was just amazing. Day 8 was when I finally found the first gym leader, being Brock. I challenged him to a battle, and the first matchup was between Geodude and Shroomish. I mean, this is a pretty easy fight for me, because I can just Mega Drain and get all— Oh! He killed Brock! This is a joke. This is a joke. Are you kidding me? He used self-destruct and freaking exploded. Are you kidding me, Geodude? That's not allowed. He used a Vulpix, which was a bit strange to me at first, but then I remembered that he had one in the anime, and also his signature Onix. Both of them were taken down by Razzmatazz and Froakie with their water-type moves, but his last Pokemon was an Arcan. It's probably one of the strongest fossils around, and these gym leaders are no joke. Please be the last of it. Yes! We defeated Brock, even though he defeated himself? With us obtaining the first gym badge, my Pokemon's level cap has now increased to 27, which will allow us to evolve some Pokemon. And if you're wondering how the explosion took place, I mean, I was certainly not expecting this kind of damage, right? But it was thanks to a mod called Cobblemon, so it'll be in the description if you want it. I was feeling really bad about Brock, so I patched up the hole and built a grave, hoping that one day he can finally get his hands on Nurse Joy. On day 10, I met my rival for the first time. He had just gotten a starter from Professor Oak, so was only level 5, but we can tell that he's a Gen 1er with absolutely no taste. Then I found leader Bugsy. I don't know if this is wrong to say, but he looks like a gay Tinkerbell, if that's even possible. Even though he is a bug-type gym leader from Johto, only the colored name tags are actual gym leaders in my challenge, and that is restricted to the Kanto League. It's so aesthetic that it does that during sunsets. I just love it. The next thing I was focusing on was to craft a healing machine for my base, so I needed a few items for that, like a revival herb and a gas tier. But in the meantime, I was able to use some orange berries to heal my Pokemon instead, so I started farming them near Brock's grave with the hope that he'll revive himself somehow. I did catch an Eevee, even though I said I wouldn't, but it's just so fun having it on my shoulder that, you know, who doesn't love Pokemon traveling with them? But what was not fun was fighting a Team Rocket grunt, and guess what frickin' happened? Coughing, you piece of crap! I need to rethink my strategy. Yeah, that's an understatement, bro. The next gym coming up is Misty's water types, which is why I focused up on training my Shroomish, and at level 23 it evolved into a Breloom. That also made it a fighting type, so I was pretty good. You might hate Stonejourner, but it's literally one of the best animated Pokemon. You can't change my mind. Today is the day where we're gonna be trying to attempt the second gym, which is Misty and her water types, which means I only have Breloom to deal with her, but I guess there's nothing to lose, right? Okay, this is gonna be a situation, because this thing might have Protean and just start switching types on me, so I'm just gonna go for Spore. And it did! It transformed into the Ice type! What did I tell you guys? Okay, I gotta put this thing to sleep. I managed to take Frogadier down, but after that came Starmie, which pretty much washed away my whole team. I didn't even beat half of her Pokemon, so I'm gonna need a whole new strategy. In the next few days, I put some lava down to start growing Tumblestone, then I caught a Shinx because it's an electric type, and I thought it would be good against Misty's gym, but it was actually pretty weak because it had an ability that made it a beta, so it was pretty useless. Then I jumped inside the nether portal to start slaying Ghastlies in the nether, and eventually one of them dropped the gas tier I needed for the healing machine. Before I got out of there, I caught a Larvesta, which is actually pretty rare, so I named it Laviera. I then went underground to find a lush biome, which is where you can get revival herbs, and luckily, the one that I found had exactly one piece in the entire area. I also mined out some amethysts because I can use those to make experience shares, which is such a useful item, and also caught a Magnemite while I was down there. But the worst thing was that Misty followed me all the way down there just to rub it in my face. Whoa, okay. That's like some Looney Tunes stuff. This is the showdown for the second gym badge, and just like last time, I defeated Frogadier with Breloom. So now in came her Starmie, which is such a big threat, so I sacrificed Eevee. This allowed me to send out Magnemite, which could get a Thunder Wave off, but Starmie's Scald is so strong that I went down the next turn. I mean, I just had to hope that Larvesta could pull off a miracle. Laviera, come on, do it for me, baby. Oh, that's some huge damage. Get paralyzed, and it does stay paralyzed. Let's go, bro. Take it off my screen. That's right, who would have thought a fire type would take... Oh. Now that's a problem. I mean, there was not much I could do in this situation, so I used String Shot to lower its speed, and it was a worthy sacrifice because that allowed Breloom to outspeed it and put it to sleep before it can use an Ice type move. Her next Pokemon was Floatzel, which is really scary since it's such a fast Pokemon. I mean, Breloom and Honedge got some damage in with Mach Punch and Shadow Sneak, but it all came down to Razzmatazz. I do not trust Squirtle here in the slightest, but even if I go for a Shell Smash, I'm still gonna be slower than the Floatzel. Oh wait, we might just be able to go for another one? But is that getting too greedy? No, because she might have more Pokemon in the back and I gotta one-shot them, so yeah, this is the risk that I gotta take. And we survive it! Wait, it might have Aqua Jet. Oh my god, I might have just screwed things up. Okay, it all comes down to this. Oh, we go first? Is this her last Pokemon? It is her last, oh my god. We beat Misty. Now that I had received my second gym badge, it was time to put Misty in her grave and start preparing for the next gym, which is Lieutenant Surge. Within the next 7 days, I found a Munchlax near my base, which is a really cool Pokemon that I haven't used yet, and it's a chunky boy, so I need more of that in my life. I realized that Tumblestone only grows when placed right next to the lava, so I took a day or two to build a small area next to my nether portal to give my base some flavor, right? Mudbray's a pretty cute Pokemon, but it is also a ground type, so I'm gonna add it to the squad, hoping that it's gonna be my answer for Lieutenant Surge. So now the training arc had begun. Facing my rival Terry was only the beginning. I also had to battle creatures that were terrifying. What the frick is that, bro? Get away from me. Mudbray, take a few steps back. I'm scared for your well-being. But none of that compared to the pain of Pokemon blowing up near my freaking base, goddammit! So there is an item for the trainer mod that allows you to see who all you've defeated, but Misty was not showing up within that list, so it took me like 2 whole days to figure out how to fix that bug. So by the time I was done with that, the level cap increased to 34, and then I just spent the rest of my time training. Man, you're so weak, Squirtle. I gotta evolve you. It went for Sucker Punch. I missed? How do you miss twice in a row? Frickin' Wartortle's dead, man. This didn't help at all. Lieutenant Surge came pretty quickly after Misty, but I soon realized it was a mistake. Remember how I said I replaced the substitute dolls with sprites? Yeah, I only do that after beating Lieutenant Surge, so please bear with me. The second Pokemon itself is a Vikavolt, which countered my whole plan of using Mudsdale. This thing was so strong, I didn't stand a chance against it. I lost him so many times in the next 7 days, I can't even tell you. So I was determined to come up with a plan to destroy Lieutenant Surge. My game plan was crap. I mean literally crap. I had some nature mints lying around, so I made a Jolly Mint and applied it to Dugtrio, which makes it a lot faster. And with some of my Pokemon already hitting the level cap, I benched them so I could train some new ones like Pidgey, which I hope to evolve into a Pidgeot, which would allow me to fly on it and explore more biomes. I also caught a Pikachu on the beach, which implies that it's gonna evolve into a surfer, so I named him Waves Up, and near a sunken ship, I found one of the cutest Pokemon alive, Paldean Wooper, guys, which I caught and named Bebop, as this might be the only thing that can tank Vikavolt. Look how cute it is. Poplio! Poplio! While exploring, I found this weird tree trunk kind of thing in the middle of nowhere, and it's an archaeology site, so I dug down and brushed through the gravel, getting items like a leaf stone, charcoal, Vivichoke seeds, and finally, come on, give me something good. That is a fossil. That has to be like a Gen 5 fossil. What do I throw out? Feathers. No. Paper. No. Charcoal. Yes, we got a plume fossil. I think that's for Arkin and Archeops. So that's actually so sick. We can get ourselves a really good flying type. I took a whole day to work on the nether portal area because it just looked so out of place. So instead I made this cave-like area with lava inside so that my Tumblestone could grow easily, and it looked a lot better. After doing that, my focus was solely on bringing my fossil Pokemon back to life, so I started gathering all the items needed to build a restoration machine, and by nightfall, it was done. All you have to do is put the machine down, throw your fossil in there, and then fill the tank up with some biofluid, and with that, the process has begun. It started out as a small speck of dust, and then into a tiny blob which quickly multiplied, and before I knew it, it grew into a baby Arkin. This Pokemon was special to me, so I crafted up some heavy balls and added it to the team. So we got T-Wang the Arkin, and looks so freaking cute, bro. This thing is so perfect for me, like frick Razzmatazz, man. This is my new starter. The battle for the 3rd gym badge had kicked off. First up was Pincurchin, which Mudsdale easily one-shotted, so that was a freebie. Then came the menace that was Vikavolt, so I swapped into Breloom to take the energy ball to the face and then put it to sleep. Unfortunately, it woke up the very next turn, but I was able to set up a lead seed, so then in came Bebop, my beautiful Clodsire, used Amnesia, which increased my special defense, and we slowly got back all the health from lead seed. I even set up Toxic Spikes, and I know that those are some sweaty moves, but like, I've lost to Lieutenant Surge way too many times to be worrying about that. His next Pokemon was Bolton, which has moves like Psychic Fangs, which would probably kill me, so I switched into Mudsdale, took the hit, barely survived an Ice Fang, and revenge killed it with high horsepower. I mean, that was pretty much the end of it, as Dugtrio killed both the Manectric and Raichu, even though it was still using illegal moves, allowing me to get my third gym badge. With Lieutenant Surge down for the count, that means my level cap is now increased to level 44, which means I could evolve some more of my Pokemon, like Stabby, into a Doublade. My baby Arcan was leveling up so quickly, and it's insane how busted its moveset is. Rock Slide, U-Turn, Crunch, and Acrobatics. I was finally able to get my hands on a Pidgeot, which means that I could now explore the world while soaring through the air. This mod for riding Pokemon is called Cobble Riders, and it's a bit better as you can control the speed and position of where you're sitting on a Pokemon, so it's a little smoother. I started catching a few Wooloo in preparation for my Rainbow farm, and let me tell you about the absolute disrespect. What are you, taking a lunch break? Munchlax was taking ages to evolve because its happiness was rock bottom. I mean, it practically hated me. So I whipped up a Soothe-Bell to hopefully speed up that process, and I also set up a little farm. We got the iconic trio of Shep, Shap, and Shop, and they look so adorable when I shear their wool. I mean, it's just so satisfying. So, no, what? Did you just like jump out of excitement or something? How? The only problem was that however high I made the fencing, it would still jump out of there, so eventually I used glass and wood instead, and it looked a lot better anyways. An important item that is in the game right now are ability capsules and patches, which let you change the ability of your Pokemon, but as of right now, there is no way to craft them or even obtain them. So I made this rule that I get an ability capsule every time I beat a gym leader, and every 4th gym leader gives me a hidden ability patch. I just wanted to have some fun with them, so it was a decent system. My baby Arcan had evolved into Archeops, which is so powerful, and I wanted to test it out against the trainers around me, but I wasn't really thinking because I was so excited. Oh! You've got to be kidding me. No, not another Weezing. Like, one explosion wasn't enough. My freaking Pokemon in the freaking sheep pen died too. After fixing up that mess, I jumped into the Nether to get some Nether Quartz, which is needed to craft a Choice Band, a powerful item that boosts my attack stat, but it locks me into using only one move. I mean, these are the kinds of items I'm gonna have to use if I want to stand a chance against the better gym leaders. I changed some of my natures like speed for Archeops, defense for Munchlax, and attack for Doublade, and the last thing I did was catch a Weavile, cause I don't really have an ice type yet, so it could be pretty good for the grass type gym. Speaking of which, Erica finally showed up, and boy, did she take her sweet time. So normally the first time I battle a gym leader, it's just a matter of seeing what Pokemon they have, and she started off with a Rillaboom, and then an Electrode, which is not even a grass type. Like, I think the game's code isn't working exactly like the mod creator intended, and maybe it's the grass type Hisuian Electrode, but I'm just seeing the normal one, I don't know. But either ways, I had so many flying types that I wouldn't have stood a chance, so I forfeited and went to look for the perfect counter for her team. So that took me into the Nether. Within the next 2 days, I not only found the Pokemon that I was looking for, which was Turtonator, a fire dragon type, with like Shell Smash, but it's so slow to the point that the only thing I'd outspeed with a Shell Smash is probably like Quagsire. But I also found a Charmeleon, which I wasn't expecting to see at all. So now, along with Archeops, I can also fly on Charizards, so I just spent some time training, and it was now time for the battle against the 4th gym leader. Straight off the bat, I led with my Staraptor to get an Intimidate off on the Rillaboom, but it just kept going for Drain Punch. But Staraptor just about survived, but not for long, cause in came...
No! God, please, no!
I sent out Turtonator because it's literally the perfect counter, but just in the nick of time, I realized that she was probably gonna explode as well. So I moved away from my base and redid the battle, and you know, I'm glad I did. The rest of her Pokemon were starters, so Archeops swooped in on the Venusaur, but Superior was a threat. Oh my god, this thing's gonna have Contrary Leaf Storm and then just absolutely obliterate me, especially if I switch out here. So I just gotta take one in the face, and Acrobatics does okay damage, but that's not great. It has +2 special attack now. Thankfully, I added Weavile to the team, and it had Ice Shard, which goes faster, so I really dodged a bullet there. Charizard finished off the Meganium, so that was pretty much the end of Erica. She's in a better place now. Who am I kidding? She's going straight to hell. The next phase was a bit confusing because I didn't really remember who the 5th gym leader was, so I started training for Koga's poison types, which was completely wrong. But hey, at least Razzmatazz is back on the team now, which it's been forever. I don't know if he changed his diet, but Munchlax was looking like a strong contender for the Olympics. I searched through another Gimmighoul tower and got only about 47 coins. I'm gonna have to find like at least 12 more of these things, so I'm gonna save you the time and not show you any of those clips. Razzmatazz was still such a weakling, so I had to do it to him. I evolved him into a Blastoise. This was a huge upgrade because now he learned Hydro Pump and Flash Cannon, which are so juicy. I was able to ride him as a surfing mount, which was great, and the fact that I don't take breathing damage underwater is just the cherry on the top. This man still scares me every night. He comes in my dreams. Wait a second, why am I fighting Giovanni? Isn't he meant to be like the 8th gym leader? Yeah, well, this was the confusing part. Razzmatazz kinda just shell smashed and swept his whole team with Aqua Tail, which for once I didn't miss, so yeah. That was like the easiest gym badge of my career. What did I do the next few days? Well, I did catch a Galarian Slowking at a Mushroom Island, which I don't know why it spawns here, but it does. It was nice seeing some different trainers like the swimmer on the beach, and I think you all will agree with me when I say that man's literally built like a Wooper. By some miracle, Brock was revived, and I was so thrilled for about 2 seconds. Stabby the Doublade had learned all the moves it needed, from Swords Dance to Sacred Sword, so I evolved it into an Aegislash. It was a bit disappointing though, since it doesn't change forms with its ability. I mean, it still works, but you just can't see it. It's just a dog made of bread. Who doesn't love that? I mean, that's so freaking creative, man. Now they're gonna make like a hot dog Pokemon, and you know, that's gonna be my favorite. Why is this thing so freaking huge? Like, look at the size comparison. After exploring the Highlands, I stumbled upon Sabrina just hanging around with nowhere to go. So I made a little cubbyhole to battle her, and it started out pretty normal. She led with a Hatterene. What are you doing sending in a freaking ground normal type, you piece of cheating crap? She's using just illegal Pokemon. No, you get off this cliff right now. Freaking that was too easy. Look at Drifblim, man. That thing looks so much more cooler than freaking Sabrina. I just took out my whole team. Seriously? Did you just have to do that? Oh my god, the way he just freaking explodes. It's like any Pokemon that can explode will explode. The next few days, I started building a little bathhouse type of area where I can eventually move my stuff in. I also went traveling with my best buddies, caught some new Pokemon like Rowlet, who I would have ended up using if it wasn't for Aegislash. I then battled Sabrina again and again, but it just wasn't working out. Even when I kept changing my moveset to like nothing was working. My confidence was at an all-time low, but I just couldn't give up. Ironhead? Yeah. Just take out one of her Pokemon, and then comes the absolute shithousery that is Ursaluna. And we're just gonna U-turn out, cause we are a scared piece of crap. Oh, if I brought a fighting type, this gym would be so much easier. We got Ursaluna, Porygon, Indeedee's part normal, but instead, I'm out here dealing with all her freaking nonsense. Ooh, I just got a free switch in, so now I can yawn and put some Toxic Spikes up. This is gonna be great. This is the first time we've gone through this scenario, so she actually sent out a Crawdont? You are no psychic type gym leader, you hear me? Okay, we U-turn, we get out of there, we do some big damage, and this might just give us a opportunity to Shell Smash. Oh, Waterfall does so much, you got a critical hit? What can I do, man? In this situation, I just got Aqua Tail and hope for some big damage, but Razzmatazz is so freaking weak! Straight dog. But this time I am at full health, so I should be able to tank a Shadow Ball. Just survive one. Oh, there was no way I was surviving without King shielding. Why didn't I have that? Archeops is my win con, so I got a U-turn out here, go into Raichu, and then just start clicking buttons. I don't know if this is enough, but game's on the line, we just gotta do it. Come on, T-Wang, please kill. Now that's my starter right there. Frick Razzmatazz. There's a lot of hate in my head for Razzmatazz, but man, we got the 6th gym badge and that's all that matters. After a few days of running around and having Munchlax spectate every battle, this man finally evolved into a Snorlax. He has so many more moves like Heavy Slam, High Horsepower, Crunch, Hammer Arm, and it's eternal beauty, man. So beautiful. Licky Licky, I think you're getting a little too personal with it right now. I crafted some of those gilded chests because they looked pretty cool and scattered them around my base, like I got one for fossils, held items, evolution stones, and straight up wool. Koga was the poison type gym leader we had to face, but while I was battling him, I realized that he too had joined the frickin' Sabrina club by using Pokemon that weren't poison types, but at least he had a theme going on, which was a ninja army. With 4 of his Pokemon being good against Raichu, I switched it up and started training Magnemite once again. And at this point in the video, my Gouda was only about halfway there to 999 coins, so I really had to start hustling for those towers. Give me a fossil, please! Thank the freaking Lord. He had mercy on my soul, he truly did. Oh, that freaking scared me, man. Like, that actually, like, wait. Doesn't Pineco get explosion too? Oh, you kidding me? He went for the double explosion? Oh my god, he's going for a 3rd one! Somebody stop this madness! It has to stop! Oh, thank god. You kidding me, sir? What the frick, man? This must be a joke. Is he gonna send out a 4th Pokemon? Oh my god. He actually is. Oh my god, I mean he's dead, and he just keeps blowing things up! Okay, Razzmatazz, listen up. Go for the Shell Smash, and this is your time to shine. This is your redemption. Sandslash, get out of the way. But now, we should be faster here. Just go for the Aqua Tail, and I freaking miss. Why does this always happen with Razzmatazz? Always letting me down. You know, I just need a reason to smile. And there's nothing better than T-Wang and Wang Jr. living it up along with Cranidos. It's just so cute. After what felt like forever, I finally found a desert biome and grabbed some cactus, so now I've got a farm with 7 different colored sheep, which is awesome. If only I could breed them like regular sheep? Oh, you don't even want to know. Just before challenging Koga, I evolved my Scroomy into a Magneton, which is looking so dang good, just to get a little bit of a buff to take out the Swellow. Once the Excelgor came out, I knew it was just free to switch into Aegislash because it barely has any moves to hit me with besides Bug Buzz, so that allowed me to set up Swords Dances, which is so good because now I can just Shadow Sneak the Excelgor, which takes it out, as well as the Dragapult, which will be coming next. Yeah, I've done this fight way too many times. I still needed to weaken the Greninja because one Aqua Tail isn't gonna kill it, so I sent in Snorlax to do some damage, but unfortunately got taken out, but it's okay, it did its job. But that does leave us in a pretty good position because in can come Razzmatazz, and as always, we throw at this point in the game. Are you gonna get flinched this time? Okay, you didn't. You did go for the Shell Smash. You should be faster, and you know, just to guarantee it, I'm not even gonna click Aqua Tail, I'm gonna click Wave Crash. Wave Crash is a 120 base power move, which doesn't miss, but you do take a recoil, which is one of the reasons why I didn't want to use it up to this point. But by doing that, I was able to kill 2 Pokemon, including the Toxtricity. That thing's actually faster? Unless it's Choice Scarfed. And since he was locked into a poison type move, he couldn't hit my Aegislash whatsoever. So with that, I got my 7th gym badge. With just the fire gym left, I decided to grab Froakie from the PC. I mean, poor guy's been stuck in there forever. I had a bunch of ability capsules lying around, so I figured, why not give Froakie Protean? Now he can change types against our opponents, and it's gonna be so much fun to use. The Desert Temple was a sick place because I found Pokemon like Fennekin and Sigilyph, which I'm actually seeing for the first time. Is it just me who thinks this Pokemon is really weird? Because, I mean, the more that I look at it now, it looks like a fusion of Fortress and some unknown crap, like, I don't know. But who gives a flying crap, cause you're dead, son. Meanwhile in the jungle, I found my rival after a really long time, and he had some powerful Pokemon like Electivire, Charizard, and Jumpluff. We need to beat him to the championship title, otherwise that Jumpluff is gonna be waiting in that chair for me. I don't know why, and don't ask me this, but Hitmontop looks like a half-cooked piece of chicken. Why aren't you on your top, by the way? The whole concept of you is being a spinning top, and you don't even do that? Come on, Cobblemon devs, I know you can do so much better than this. Okay, now that's what we're talking about. Before the battle against Blaine, I crafted some items like the Choice Scarf and Expert Belt, which are absolutely goated, and I've also evolved Friend into a Greninja. The only issue with Greninja is that it doesn't really have many powerful moves until TMs get added, so I'm missing out on stuff like Surf, Ice Beam, Gunk Shot, Dark Pulse. I mean, I can keep going on. This gym fight started on the wrong note because in came Blaine and pretty much immediately took himself out. I mean, it wasn't ideal that Torkoal freaking exploded because now all my stuff is on the floor. But besides that, he also set up the sun with Drots, so he basically had a sun team with Pokemon like Charizard and Exeggutor, but they just never stood a chance. So like, Choice Scarf Archeops just rock slided everything, and anything that did survive, they just flinched, so I was in the clear. But I am ashamed to admit that there was one Pokemon that gave me trouble, and it was none other than freaking Sunflora. I'm just gonna go for Iron Head, cause, oh, it has Flamethrower! It has, wait, what kind of Sunflora has Flamethrower in the first place? Now that we've defeated Blaine and got the 8 gym badges, all that's left is the Elite 4, but honestly, who cares about them? Like Lorelei, Agatha, and Bruno, like, I think we can all agree that they're just plain boring when compared to somebody like frickin' Lance, who's a dragon-type trainer, so we're gonna go challenge him directly. After searching tower after tower, I finally got over 1,000 coins that I could feed to my Gouda, man. This piece of cheese is so greedy for money, it took so long to get it that I couldn't even appreciate its evolution. I mean, it's pretty sick, right? Especially on top of water, cause then he pulls out the frickin' skateboard, but Cobblemon, hear me out, man. Make it so that we can ride on his skateboard with him. That would be elite. Who just throws out a Landorus and Carded, man? Oh! Oh my god, my farm! They're all escaping! Convicts! Guys, no, I've been cursed. There's no other way. How have I found the ugliest shiny in the world? Lance has arrived for his beating and a half, so let's take him on in the final Elite 4 battle. That's right, I'm bringing Choice Banded Ice Shard Weavile, even though it's 35 levels under Garchomp, because it does more damage than Greninja. And I am Scarfed, so I should be able to take it out with a Dragon Breath, and then in comes Dracozolt, which we know is going to click frickin' Bold Beak, and it's going to be sticking with that because it is Choice Scarfed, so it can't really switch any moves. If Lance is playing stupid, that's his fault, not mine. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do here is predict the Earthquake and go into Charizard, please? Oh yes, we survive another day. Charizard, get the frickin' paralysis, man. First of all, why don't you learn Dragon Pulse? Why is my best move Dragon Breath? Stabby, Stabby, just eat the Earthquake. And Iron Head takes it out. Lance, what are you doing with the Melmetal? Oh, please paralyze, bro. Screw me, man. Oh, great. Now we got a Dialga to deal with? Let's just go for an Earthquake, and he goes for Roar of Time, and we just survive. Oh, God, no. Okay. And it survives too, but I think because of Roar of Time, it takes one turn to, like, recharge or whatever. So that's the 5th Pokemon down, I think. And his final Pokemon is Salamence. Oh god, it all comes to you, man. Meshuggah, Snorlax, you gotta do it for me, baby. My god, I don't have Ice Punch, so I just have to hope that I can tank 2 hits. I mean, I'm Choice Banded. Oh god, if he gets a high roll here, he's gonna win. Oh my god, please don't say it ain't so. Come on, Snorlax, you gotta pull it through for me. Oh, we living? Don't, just hit. Let's go! Meshuggah pulls it through for us, man. That's what we're talking about. Thanks to Snorlax, we have defeated the Elite 4, which means there's only one person remaining, the champion. And you guys might be wondering who that's gonna be if Lance was the Elite 4? Well, you're in for a surprise. So before the final battle, I decided to put the wool I've been farming to good use and built myself a little battle ring for the final showdown. I can tell you guys one thing, you were not expecting Rival Terry to be the frickin' champion of this game, and neither was I. So from what I can tell, his first Pokemon is Pheromosa, but it's just so goddamn pixelated. I'm Choice Scarf, so hopefully outspeed, but No, she goes first, and she goes for the close combat, which doesn't do a lot of damage. Her defenses are down, but she has the focus sash. He's sweating just as much as I am. I'm just gonna switch out here into Aegislash, because whatever she clicks, it shouldn't really do any kind of damage, honestly. And we can just go for a Shadow Sneak. Yeah, that's one Pokemon down, so we got 5 more to go, and oh god, we got a Groudon next. There's no way you don't click a ground type move here. Okay, thank you. You guys might not have seen this, but I've given Charizard Solar Power as its hidden ability, and hopefully I can do some extra damage in the sun here. I can't play it that risky at this point, so I'm just gonna go for Flamethrower, and we catch the frickin' burn, but it goes for Stone Edge, so yeah, Charizard just deaded. Groudon ended up missing a Precipice Blades, which allowed my Razzmatazz to Shell Smash it up, but unfortunately, even after taking it out, his third Pokemon was Eternatus. There is no stopping this man. He has legendary after legendary. Flash Cannon's my best move, so I just gotta go for it. That doesn't even do like 25%! Razzmatazz, go back to school! Even though Blastoise is a waste of space on my team, at least my Clodsire can come in and set up some Amnesias, get that special defense rocking up, and then start setting up Toxic Spikes and whatever else nonsense that it does. Eternatus should go down here. Yeah, okay, so what's gonna be your 4th Pokemon? Oh god, it's a Metagross? I guess at least it's not a legendary. I switched into Stabby to take the Zen Headbutt, but then I King Shield and it revealed that he was gonna use Fire Punch. So I just decided to go for the Hail Mary and Swords Dance. Stabby, I'm putting all my faith in you, man, so you better deliver the goods here. Shadow Sneak like you've never snuck before. Let's go! Yveltal? Why? Unfortunately, I had to sacrifice Bebop so that Magnezone could come in and get a free hit off, but even then it didn't do a lot of damage, especially with a super effective discharge. I was expecting way more. This Yveltal's gonna screw my championship fight, man. I only have 2 Pokemon left, man. Meshuggah, please save me. Please, get a Body Slam Para! Am I asking for too much? I think I am, but we got it! Ask and you shall receive, says Meshuggah. Oh, I'ma serve you up all the goddamn sweets you want, Meshuggah, man. Oh, hell no! My man turned into Snorlax. He had Imposter. No! Oh, it was faster? Wait. There's a chance. So my Snorlax has Crunch, so if this thing isn't Choice Scarf, then I am straight up losing. I mean, I still gotta go for the King Shield to lower its attack, and oh my god, it's still going for Hammer Arm. You guys know what this means? I can take my sweet time killing this piece of crap Ditto, but I hope it suffers like it's never before. And with that, we have defeated Champion Terry. That's gonna be it from me, so if you enjoyed the video, I would love it if you considered subscribing and even liking the video. It helps me out a ton. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time.